Here we are at the job site. I know it's been a little while since I did an update. Obviously the house looks a fair bit different. Just been pretty busy, and I don't know, just got sort of out of the habit of doing this. So I'm gonna do a walkthrough here, kind of cover a lot of the different things that are going on here. So obviously we have our roof deck on. Did rain a fair bit a couple days ago on it and got all icy, but you can get that. The underlayment on start of next week using roof venter for that. You can actually see the pretty big overhang here. Whole bunch of LVLs, all the outriggers. Overhang 4 feet. That's all. Those are all LVLs. In the front, there's some doubled LVLs, and it's the tails of the trusses coming out. So 2x10s. And hanging out up there, it actually feels pretty stiff, which is nice. Not quite sure where I left it last time. I think we had just done the top pour, and I'll have a little bit of footage of that. That went all pretty well. On this pour, we had our act together, after I guess this would be the 4th or 5th. So we had the staging all up around the outside. That worked great. It's a nice height to work from. Let me pour the rake walls, front and back all nice and easy. We also had plenty of guys on hand, which really helped out, so I could just focus getting concrete in the walls. And they'd come around, scraping it off, vibrating, all that good stuff. So we used the pump truck again. And this time, though, we actually had to finish the top. So we had a couple guys on trials going through. We also had lines set up so we could put in all of the anchor bolts, which were 1 foot on center along the front and back. Now, it did also call for this along the rake walls, but for those, we ended up just drilling them after the fact. So along the inside, you can see where the top plate rests on the Faswall. Where the top plate rests on the Faswall. Top plate's kind of bowed though a bit because it's 12 inches. It's a 2x12, so 11 some wide. But as you can kind of see, the tips of the bolts are kind of centered in the channel. So it's only actually secured along one line. So for whatever reason, let it bow up a little bit, which doesn't seem ideal. But I think it'll be fine. Ultimately, we'll be able to seal it well enough. Also, the top, we didn't get it perfectly flat when we troweled everything off. So while we have the seal plate gasket there, I'm not sure how good of a job that'll actually do of being a good air seal. So yeah, we got everything kind of blocked off in the truss bays. We're gonna have spray foaming along the inside, up through the roof, and then around. I don't know what that is. It's probably gonna be 6 inches, kind of the whole thing. So it should make it nice and airtight. It does sound like there's some risk as far as if water leaks through the metal roof and it gets on, he'll just hang out in the sheathing. But decided that was kind of okay, and it seems like a pretty common way to do roofs like this. So hopefully that works out. You kind of see the LVL outriggers tie back into a truss here. There's some kind of blocking details going on. Now, one thing that I did screw up when I ordered the trusses, I thought I got the right pitch because it should have been essentially whatever I think it is, 6 blocks higher in the front, down to the back. But wherever that was measured from, or however we measured the rake wall, ended up being off by about, I think about 3 inches over that distance. So what happened is we had to add spacers. You can kind of see some up there. I had to add spacers under the outriggers, which took a bunch of extra time. And then in the back, we had to notch down the outriggers to make them fit. So it was a little disappointing, made it go really slow. And then another big screw up, learning lesson. The truss maker shipped all of our blocking as 24 inches. Now I should have caught this. So yeah, I should have caught this, but unfortunately this meant that nothing is on layout pretty much after the first couple. So the result is actually these outriggers didn't have their full span on the inside. We were short by about, I think, overall 2.5 inches. But then also all of our sheathing didn't land quite perfectly, leading to a lot of waste. So that was a little disappointing. Probably should have stopped that day and either made all of these ourselves or just wait and ask them to rush out another set. Because really they should have been 1/8 inch shine every one so we could actually have stayed on layout. So I'm not really sure if I did anything, but we got a backfill, we got waterproofing, French drain around the perimeter. It's currently buried, but I'll need to poke it out daylight down the hill. And then kind of another weird detail that someone might know about is the engineer called for strapping along the roof. So these are over the LVL lookers, and then have 2x blocking going in a ways. One of these this is the rake wall. I'm kind of walking straight up right here. Not really sure what they're for. But yeah, I'm getting out here. It's pretty sweet for being this big of overhang. Definitely, I don't know, it moves, but followed the engineer's design, so I think should be good. Yeah, pretty quickly we'll get to pretty much underlayment, roof, and then soffit. Roof guys will get going on that, and then we can work on windows, get it nice and dried in, and start making it feel like a house. Also, the shed got final electric works all done there, so I'm finishing up insides there. Yeah, beautiful day up here to be working.